So today we are making this super simple halter top. To start off, I'm gonna work with my straps. How I make the straps is the most basic way to make your straps, which is just folding them in half lengthwise with the right sides facing each other, and then stitching the open edge. And then I'm gonna use my loop turner to turn my straps inside out. Alrighty, so then now I'm just gonna grab my back piece, and then I'm going to hem the upper edge of my back piece by just folding it towards the wrong side. I'm gonna fold it towards the wrong side at about half an inch. Then I'm gonna press it down with an iron. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just stitch that in place using a straight stretch stitch, or you can use a zigzag stitch, or you can use your twin needle, whichever stitch that you can use to make sure that it allows for the piece to stretch. So that can be a stretch stitch, a zigzag stitch, or using your twin needle. Okay, so when I'm done with the back piece, I'm just gonna set it aside and I'm gonna start working on my front piece. So for the front piece, I'm gonna take the actual front piece and place it with the right side facing towards me. Then I'm going to put my straps in position, which is basically at the shoulder. Let's just call it the shoulder. I'm going to put my straps there. Then I'm going to take the front lining and place it with the right side facing down, excuse me, with the right side facing down. So basically you want your straps to be sandwiched in between the two pieces, and with the two pieces having the right sides facing each other. And then I'm gonna pin that upper edge or the shoulder. I'm gonna pin it at the shoulder, and I'm also gonna pin it at the armhole and the neckline. And then we're gonna go ahead and just stitch that in place. Again, I'm using a stretch stitch on my sewing machine, which is it's a straight stitch, but it's made for stretch fabrics, or a zigzag stitch at this point. Be sure to trim off your excess seam allowance that's left over, so that the seams aren't bulky. And also do press down with an iron, but make sure that when you are pressing down, you are using the right settings for your fabric. You don't want to stretch the fabric out too much, so make sure that you are pressing your seams. You might not see me do it on camera because I just wanted to show you basically how to put the pieces together, but you do want to press your seams down with an iron when you turn it right sides out. Alrighty guys, so at this point we are going to be attaching our back piece to our front piece, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front piece and turn it wrong side out, right? I'm going to turn it wrong side out. Now with the wrong side being turned out, I'm going to take my back piece, making sure that the right side of my back piece is facing the right side of the front piece, and then I'm sandwiching the back piece in between the front and the front lining. So you want to make sure that the right side of the back piece is facing is facing towards the right side of the front lining, and that you are sandwiching it between the front piece and the front lining. Now we're going to pin that in place and at the side seam. So we're going to pin all the pieces in place at the side seams. Then we're going to go ahead and stitch that using a straight stitch. So at this point you don't really need to use a stretch stitch or zigzag stitch, because the stitch is running vertically, meaning that there won't be any tension or pressure on it. It will never stretch to where it will snap. So go ahead and use a straight stitch for this part. And then what we're gonna do for to finish off the top is we're just gonna go ahead and hem it by folding it in towards the wrong side, at around half an inch, and then we're just going to stitch that in place. And for this part we are using a stretch stitch, so this is where you would use your twin needle, your zigzag, or your straight stretch stitch. At this point, after this, you're done. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any other questions, be sure to message me on my Instagram or on my Etsy messenger.